Hello and welcome. So, you saw a video or you visited an alpha tribe and you saw a really nice crafting area and you want to make something similar for yourself. You are in luck, we're gonna do something like this in this video. So, basically this is a crafting area. It has almost everything you need. You have the cooking pots, you have the mega lab, which is basically a huge chem bench that fit 600 slots. You have the floor of vaults over here. You have tick pods, you have this library to store all of your blueprints, you have a floating replicator and a perfectly flush Diddy floor. You also have some curve fridge over there, you have the stick trough for your mid brews, your cakes. You have the steam forge with another floor of vaults and you have your tinkering desk. So how are we gonna make this looks real? Okay, let's do it step by step. First of all, you need to make your foundations, like your support foundations, in order to start building. It will look like, of course, you can change how it looks like. Maybe you already have a built up cave and you already have the floor that you want to build on, so you can skip this one. So what I'm doing here basically is making a hole for the Diddy boxes that I want. Of course, you can make it larger, you can make it smaller, as much Diddies as you need. In this, right here, I'm making it only 36 Diddies in total, 6 by 6. So, we're gonna start up by making this hole, then we're gonna place one wall down, just like this. Then we're gonna attach a normal ceiling to it on the ground like this. It will have to go all the way for the Diddies, so 3 by 3, just like this. So now there is the important part. We need to align the elevator tracks. How to align them perfectly is basically using a ladder. Once you use the ladder and you get on it, you climb the ladder. You cannot touch your mouse left or right. Keep that in mind. You only gonna use the arrow up, arrow down, your A and D to go left and right. That's it. Don't touch the mouse. Okay, I aligned myself perfectly. I didn't touch the mouse. I pull up my elevator tracks. I use W to go forward. I use the arrows to look up and down. I don't touch my mouse. Look how I'm going to place it now. In each square, right in the middle. Voila. And you basically gonna do this. I'm using A to go right. Sorry, A to go left and D to go right. Just perfectly in the center of each square. You're gonna do it for all the squares on this floor. Okay, I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. Okay, so right now we have the entire floor of the Diddies built up with elevator tracks. Now we're gonna want to place the Diddy boxes, but you cannot just bring up your Diddy box and place it like this. No, it will not work like this. You're gonna mess it up. We're gonna use the old simple trick. Ladder. As simple as that. We're gonna align ourselves perfectly. Pick up the ladder, going left, going forward, looking down using the arrow, pull up your daddy boxes, press K to enter the camera mode so you can know that there are no spaces to the left, right, behind. It's exactly lining up with your ceiling. Once you are done, you can left click to place it, but do not left click while you are in K mode. You have to exit K mode, then you press left click to place it. Okay, it's done perfectly. Now you enable snapping by holding Q, and you just snap these. Oh, you just snap these beautiful flushed daddies on the ground. If you are playing on official, keep in mind, like all of this, once we are placing these daddies like this, it will work with you perfectly. But once you reach the other edge over there, the ceiling will be in the way. So you might have to demolish the ceiling, place the daddy, and then place a new ceiling. So that quarter over there, and if it's an official, it might not work. You have to demolish the ceiling, place the daddy, then place the ceiling. I saw so many videos, I saw so many methods about doing this flush daddy ground, and honestly all of them are complicated, or you have to pull out a new snap point foundation from the other side of the freaking map. Well, not literally, but so my honest opinion is this is the most simple way to make a daddy flush floor. Anyhow, right now we want to do our floating replicator. Honestly, you see it, some of you might already know this trick, but for the, let's say, the newer player, when they see a floating replicator, they would say, oh wow, how did you do that? Well, honestly, it's really simple. You place a double doorway right in the middle of the DD boxes line, so like this, and then you take out a thick ceiling and you make it a cellar door, thick cellar door, and then you're gonna need this thick pillar right here. You're gonna press R when you hold it to make the shape that we want, just like this on the edge. And then we're gonna need a thatch wall. You're gonna understand why it's thatch in 2 minutes maybe. Okay, so far so good. So now you're gonna count 3 ceilings from this thatch wall. 3 full ceilings, 1, 2. Okay, look at this. 1 ceiling, 2 ceiling, and on the edge of the third you're gonna place a quarter wall like this. And then you're gonna build thatch ceilings. Why? Because we need something to walk on to place the replicator. You have to pay attention how I place it on the edge, just like this, and I'm gonna make a floor to walk on. Now I'm gonna use the oldest trick again, the ladder, to align myself perfectly. Okay, you have to pay attention not to touch your mouse. Okay, we're gonna use the arrow up and down. That's it. Now we're gonna pull up a table and you're gonna place it as far as possible on that walking ceiling. You hold Q as close as you can to the edge. Use the arrow to look down a little bit, and just like that you place it. Okay, now time to place the replicator. We're gonna do the exact same trick. You're gonna pull up the ladder, you're gonna align yourself, You're gonna pull up the replicator and pay attention here. I pulled up the replicator and I use my gun. You can use any type of thing basically. Crossbow, anything with the aim. You can look directly to the thatch wall. Pay attention to this. And you have to be quick doing that. After you place the table, you have to be really quick with placing the replicator. Why? It's simple. After we place the replicator, we're gonna pick up this table. And if it's too late to be picked, you have to demolish it. But I would rather do it like really quick in order to pick it up on official, because if you messed up placing the replicator and you pick up the table, you're gonna basically pick up the replicator with it. But if you demolish the table, you might demolish the replicator with it. So I would rather you do it really quick in order to pick the table, not demolish the table. Okay? Let's do it really fast now. Okay, we're gonna place the table on the edge. As we said earlier, we're gonna use the arrow up and down. Here goes the table. Now you have to be quick. You want to place the rib. Pull out your gun and aim at the thatch wall. Don't shoot your gun, just aim at the thatch wall with your arrow key. And when you see it look like this, you click and you place the replicator. You run to the table and you pick it up. If you messed up, you will be picking up the replicator with it, so don't worry about it. You see, this is our floating rib, but it needs just a little bit of beautiful touch. What we're gonna do is we're gonna demolish this thatch wall. Don't be afraid, you're not gonna demolish the replicator. Right now the replicator is attached to that thick pillar. Nothing will happen. It's attached to the thick pillar. Right now you're gonna go to this thick ceiling and door, and you're gonna choose this, never close, and voila, you demolish this small quarter wall. That's why we built it from thatch, because we don't want to waste a lot of resources. And you have your floating replicator. You can basically, you see this small wall, you can make it as far as you want and connect as much thick ceilings as you want. It doesn't matter, you know? Just be careful. If you destroy this wall, this double doorway, you will demolish the replicator. And as simple as that, you have a floating replicator with a beautiful flush dedicated storage. Okay, now we need to do the ceiling vault. It's quite simple. You see, let's align it with the dedicated storage. I'm gonna remove these ceilings right here. Okay, I'm gonna place a wall down. Just same as we did the dedicated storage. We're gonna attach a ceiling to it, like this. You just keep in mind you can go as long as you want, as many volts as you want, as long as you understand the principle. I'm gonna align myself now perfectly, like this. Forward, left and right. I'm not touching my mouse. Pull out the volt, place it perfectly to the left, and just a tiny bit below this ceiling that I'm standing on. Just a tiny bit. Looks good. Place it, enable snapping, and just place the others. You see there's a small tiny bit remaining, so I'm gonna add another volt. I'm just gonna place a ceiling below. You're gonna go down below and you're gonna place another ceiling here, and you're gonna place another volt. Just enable snapping, just like this, to make it look perfectly aligned. Now it doesn't look so nice. It's missing something. Well, it's basically missing a quarter ceiling to cover the outside. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. You have a perfect vault in the floor. Now I'm gonna align myself, and what I'm going to do, I'm gonna place another row of vaults. You see? Just like this, and then I will enable the snapping. Here you go, another row of vaults. This looks really nice. I would usually do only 2 rows of vault in the crafting area, but if you are doing this in your war room, you might need like a third floor of vaults, like above them. So how are you gonna do it? Honestly, it's also really simple. The magic thatch wall. If you notice here, I keep using the ladder. Well, the reason for this because like I want everything to be perfectly aligned. I don't want a vault to be like on the wrong row or in the wrong direction, you know? Anyhow, I press the K, I go into K mode, like the photo mode. I align myself perfectly, and I will pull this vault all the way to the edge of the wall as much as you can. Like, you see this? I barely have any room to stand. And then, when it's perfectly on the edge, you're gonna place it. We messed that up. We pick it up, you go to the small ceiling that you made out of thatch, enable snapping, you place your vaults perfectly like this, and you have to pay attention here. Do not, I repeat, do not demolish this wall. If you demolish it, you will mess things up. What you wanna do is you're gonna pick up a flamethrower and you're gonna destroy this thatch wall. The second you do this, these vaults will drop perfectly. Would you look at that? You have a perfectly accessed 3 rows of vault on the ground, in front of you, and above you. By the way, I have the shortest character in small tribes, so, and I can access these vaults easily, so you will not have any issue with that. Again, this magic ladder, I will pick it up. You have the daddies, you have the vaults, you have everything. And now you want to add the cry fridges. Not gonna lie, there are a lot of methods to do this, you know? But just go the simple way, man. Use one wall down and ceiling, just like we did with the daddies and the vaults. Nothing complicated, nothing pulling up a snap point from the other side of the base, none of these nonsense. I'm just gonna add these tables, disable snapping, place the first one, and then enable snapping. Just like that. We messed that one up. Pick it up, place another 2. 1, 2. As simple as that, my friends. Now you're gonna pull up your cray fridge. You need to perfectly place it on the edge. Now this is a tricky part. After you place it the first time, you have to enable snapping for the rest. Enable snapping, place the rest. You might run into an issue on official while you are placing them because of these ceilings, so feel free to demolish the ceilings around them and place all of them. You see, you can just demolish that ceiling. You will have an issue over there when you are placing that last clear fridge. If you want it to look like really nice, this is only me. I would cover it with walls. Just keep in mind, this side will be covered with walls normally, but this side it will not. You see this edge of the clear fridge on official, it will not be placed. You will have to use quarter walls. I placed it here, but in official again it will not work. You have to use quarter walls. I will show you in a second how. Here you go, just like this on the edges. And you look from the upper side, you see perfect daddies, perfect tray fridges, just ready. Okay, now we need to add the tech troughs. Basically, it's a personal opinion. Where do you want to have them? Like some people told me I would rather to have them between the daddies and the cray fridges, like in this small place. We can do it, but personally I don't like it. Anyhow, if you choose that you wanted to build it here, you're gonna go one quarter down, quarter wall down, like this. Then you're gonna build ceilings, just the normal ceilings that we did before. 3 normal ceilings. Then you're gonna build up few tables, just like we did with the curved ridges. Disable snapping, place it on the edge, then enable snapping. Align that tick trough, basically 3 of them, just like that. Pull out a quarter ceiling, just like this. Close it up, and it will look something like this. I know, some people like it, some people don't. I personally don't. I would rather it like to look like that on this side away, and the curved ridges are below the rib, but again, it's a personal opinion. So whatever you prefer, you do it your way. You know the basics, you know how to place the dedicated storage, you know how to place the vaults on the floor, you know how to place the curved ridges, the tick troughs. You just go creative mode with it. Anyhow, thank you so much guys for watching. If you like this video and we got enough likes, let me know if you wanna see like a fancy looking war room. Until then, see you. Bye.